Mr. Bry'Neir Seymore.
This guest has had a company for 10 years. This guest actually created this show.
It's like you're looking at a job board, and all of them, all of them, are taken because of this person. Like, my gosh, can you give somebody else opportunity?
He's a writer, a filmmaker, and a mastermind behind this great Seymore Productions, celebrating 10 years of creating powerful Black-centered storytelling in film and television. Bry'Neir Seymore, Bry'Neir Seymore,
Bry'Neir Seymore.
And looking at 10 years now, it's like, dang, I started this when I was 11. That's weird to say. A dream well invested. Real talk, I feel overwhelmed. I feel ecstatic because I never would have imagined like this actually being one of my dreams actually coming true. Like it's so real. It's crazy. Media was something I wanted to do growing up really well. Like I've always been inspired by it. I've seen it a lot, whether it's through TV, whether it's through the news, whether it's through these like other, I guess, places around the like city, around the area. Like I always was interested in watching TV. I was always interested in looking at TV guides, even watching the DVDs, watching the special features. I don't know what is it about them special features. Like I felt special watching the special features. So I don't know, it's just been a love that just happened. It just stuck with me, and then I've always been inspired. I like watching YouTube videos of people film movies. Like it's something that I really was interested in. In elementary school, I was on the morning news show at the time. So they started me off as a weather guy, and then I worked my way up to like being a news anchor, one of the anchors of the whole morning news show at school. That's really where the love started, because I got a chance to run the board, whether it's showing the PowerPoint, or showing the weather, or tossing it over, moving the camera. Like that was an actual presentation of a newscast per se, and I was like interested in it at that particular point. But really seeing like a lot of Black creatives, whether it was Will Packer, Spike Lee, Tyler Perry, seeing those Black creatives create their own film and create their own content with those skills, learning it from that newsroom in elementary school, that's where the love really started to evolve and widen and broaden. I always had that leadership inside of me. I always had that leadership mindset to where I wanted to run things as a leader, because I was always able to lead. Like if you see me in like small groups in school, that was me. That was really me. Like I would sit there and just lead and like direct people. I was a really good voice too. People really trusting me with a lot of things. So I was, I always see myself running a company and production company. At this age, no, I never really see myself running at this age because people would doubt you. I always was doubted about, certain things, whether it's like you're young to do this or you're just playing around. But that's something that everybody has. Everybody has doubt. Like everybody gets doubt all the time. So never seen myself running it. No, I never seen it, but I'm proud of how successful it came.
I feel like we've achieved a lot. We've achieved a lot. We still have more to do, of course. And, being here, I've learned a lot. Being at Seymore Productions has taught me a lot. It's taught me a lot about the TV industry. It's taught me a lot about, being professional, in general. Our success will show later in the future. Our success is showing now, and it most definitely will be for the better, of course. And we're working hard now, and it will show. It will definitely show. Bry has, talked and yelled and screamed about his interest in media, from the day that I met him. I have never met anyone as passionate as Bry, to talk about media or to, pursue media the way he does, which is why he's going to college to pursue media. But Bry has inspired a lot of people. That's one thing for sure. Two things for certain. Bry has taught a lot of people in the media industry. He's taught me, because there's some things coming into this media industry. There's some things that I knew, but there's also some things that I did not know, that I am appreciative that Bry has told me now that I work with him. Because if I didn't have Bry, I'm gonna be honest, if I didn't have Bry, doing this thing, I probably would have been messed up. I probably would not have been as successful as I am, especially with my show or with my, anything that I have going on, really. I probably wouldn't have been this successful because I probably would have messed it up. I'm a Leo. And I'm sorry to all the Leos out there. I'm gonna rat us out really quick. We love spotlight. We love center of attention. We love, interrupting when people are speaking. Us as Leos, we always have to be right. We always have to be the center of attention. And we always want to clap back if someone says something wrong that we think is wrong. We always have to clap back. Bryce taught me, no, sir. In this industry, you can't roll that way. You cannot roll that way. You cannot always want to clap back, because at the end of the day, it's going to make you look really, really, really bad. I am grateful. Like I said, I'm grateful that he said the things that he said, that he's taught me the things that he's taught me and others around me.
Late nights with Bry'Neir Seymore, everybody. And joining me now himself is Prince TJ. How you doing, young sir?
Good.
Welcome to Late Nights with Bry'Neir Seymore, man. How you doing?
Good.
Good. That's good. And I gotta admit, I watched your show Monday. I watched it earlier in the week, and I gotta say, man, you are a natural at heart. First of all, before anybody start asking questions about how this level of, maturity happens, tell everybody what your age is. How old are you?
13.
13. He's a 13-year-old doing this talk show thing. And have you done any talk shows before, or this is the first one?
The first one.
First one. Wow. And he's a natural. Yes, he's a natural. He better than me. He might get the Emmy before I do.
I believe it was 2022 or 2023. The famous leader, Bry'Neir Seymore, came up to me, said, and I'm paraphrasing, and I quite, can't remember, but he wanted for me to be a part of Seymore production. And I probably told him, I don't know, maybe I had said, I don't know, do you really want me to be a part of this? He was like, yeah, this and that. But, I'm really proud of, I said yes, finally I said yes. Because if I had said no at the beginning, who knows where, Demi Anderson would be at today. Like, seriously, I know I would still be, successful either way if I was a part of Seymore production or not. But he saw something in me. And here I am today, still at Seymore production. So it's been wonderful journey, and I'm going to continue to be here for the long journey ahead.
So please, without further ado, let's welcome my guest for tonight, Mr. Damian Anderson. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Thank you for being here. Most importantly, he reached out, and this is an important conversation we love to have. And I got a chance to talk to you before we started the show. So
Yes.
For people who are not familiar with Damian Anderson, tell the audience tell the audience about you.
Yes. Well, you guys, my name is Damian Anderson. I am 21 years old. I'm about to turn 22 in about 2 more months in November. I still can't believe it because that's a whole nother story for a different day. But I am a college student right now. I'm at a community college. Once I finish with there, going to a 4-year university to further my education because I'm becoming a teacher. That has been my biggest dream, my passion ever since I was little. Because I remember when I was little and back in elementary, middle school, I will always be the teacher. I will have stuffed animals, or either my sister, my nieces, they be my students. I have notebooks for them. I have, all the stuff. I always the teacher. I had a board. I would just, pretend that that dream is going to happen, and it will happen a few more years. I'm so excited for that.
I was a college student, had projects of my own. I was a podcast host. Still today at Seymore Production, I'm still doing, the exact same things that I was doing prior to joining. I'm still working. I'm still a podcast host. I'm still, a friend, a brother. I'm still, so many other things. So, nothing has changed. Seriously, nothing has not changed since being a part of Seymore Production, honestly.
How did you even get into the production company?
Funny story. One day I had my show, the Prince TJ show. Man, I just, wow, it was a, can I say it on here? It was a shit show. It was not organized. It wasn't planned out right. I just wanted to do it because I seen someone else do it. And I'm gonna be real. I did it because I did it because I've seen somebody else do it. And multiple people out there won't admit it that they're doing some of the things that they're doing now because they've seen other people do it. But I first did my show because I seen Nick Cannon do it. I first did my show because I seen Wendy Williams do it. I first did my show because I seen The Real do it. Do it. And I said, if they can do it, I can do it. That's one thing to say. If they can do it, I can. That's one thing. But to actually do it without prepping or planning or having a team to support you behind it is another thing. I came across Bry'Neir Seymore. I was at school and I came across Bry'Neir Seymore late night talk show, right? And I messaged him immediately and I told him, I said, I want to come on your show. And so I did.
What is your inspiration in doing this?
Well, first I started off watching Nick Cannon because Nick Cannon, he premiered back in September.
Yes.
And
my audience to in the back saying, "Hey Nick, hey Nick." There it is. Yo, everybody say, "Hey Nick."
Hey Nick.
There it is. But starting off watching Nick Cannon, and what happened with that?
And I just got his motivation January 2022 this year. So on Instagram, I posted my first post on the Prince TJ Show Instagram page, and I was like, the show's about to premiere. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. So I just started working, getting everything together, and then it's finally premiering this May 9th.
May 9th. Well, it was a few days ago. So,
yeah,
man, congratulations, man.
We don't want to talk about that ever again. Just let you know, we don't want to talk about that situation and what happened on this show because I don't really like seeing that interview because my voice sounds horrible and I'm just, overweight, because we just came from a pandemic and everybody was at home eating. Y'all were too. You were.
Was there a specific moment or project that made you say, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
That one project would have to be my can there be one or can there be two? Okay, one project with my late night show, Late Nights of Bry'Neir Seymore. I've always dreamed of doing that. I've been doing that since I was young, really. Like kindergarten on the microphone, doing the graduation, hosting it, like emceeing it. Like I had that voice. People like I've been on the mic since kindergarten. Just directing and talking to people. So it's always been that. And then when I did in 7th grade and finish it all the way up to my senior year in high school, I really was saying this was something I would do. Like I would either, because I'm in school for a media communications degree, so that's my major. So I would work at a newsroom and eventually work into a space of getting into talk shows and then eventually get into late night TV. One of my biggest mentors, Michael Finkley, he told me that if you dream about it, then it's going to happen, and he can vision it.
He's here with me to talk about this legendary move that he's been doing, as he calls his biggest dream come true. Please welcome my first guest of season 6, Mr. Michael. Wait a minute, Dr. Michael Finkley. There we go. I wanted to make sure I get.
How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for being here. Such an honor and privilege to have you.
Oh my gosh, I am honored to be on. I
Thank
really am.
you.
I don't
Thank
get an opportunity to sit on this side a lot. So thank you for saying, I want to talk to this man.
I didn't even tell any of my crew this, but I would sit down and look out the window and be like, I'm just imagining a meeting with a major network picking up my show, right, to air. If Jimmy Kimmel was to fall, stop, Jimmy Kimmel's not gonna fall. If there was an opportunity for another late night show, then I imagine myself sitting in that room pitching this late night talk show to people. The people were entertained by it, and another thing is a radio show. Dream about that. It wasn't as early as elementary school, but it was early as middle school, high school. So I really see myself doing that a lot too, like speaking into the mic, playing a lot of music, and being being instrumental in the lives of the listeners and being a part of the community. So really learning that and getting inspiration from that. So I think that's something that I could, picture doing, radio and late night television.
I would say my inspirations, honestly, it comes from the people who's in my circle, honestly. Because I believe that you should have positive people who are going to uplift you, who is going to motivate you. And prior of me joining Seymore Production, I had a well-established groups of people who's already rooting for me since day one, either if it was, family, friends, if it was a colleague, or even strangers. Honestly, I'll have to say God is my inspiration for everything, seriously, because he has been through with me since day one, even through my lowest. And I can always count on him. So it's been a mixture of people, God, friends, family, strangers who in my circle who always believes in me and will continue on believing in me.
Damn it, you can look up. Just don't look at the camera.
I'm not looking at the camera.
You can look like to the side of the camera. You don't have to look down.
That looks odd. That looks weird, but okay, go ahead. You have to be yourself, honestly. To be a part of Seymore Production, you have to be yourself, seriously. You want to be I feel the blueprint is you have to be yourself. You have to be your authentic self. You can't do the things that you are able to do if you're not yourself. That's what I believe in. And you have to be truly successful. You have to know what you want in life, seriously. Whether you're a part of a company, whether you're a part of a team, whatever, you have to know what you want in life. You have to have a set of goals. You have to have a set of whatever that you want to accomplish. You want to do this? Okay, what's behind that goal right there? You have to know what is it, because if you're allowing other people to say you need to do this, but you don't know what's the mission, what's the goal behind it, then you won't be successful at it. So the blueprint for Seymore Production, in my view, is you have to be your authentic self. And if you could be your authentic self, then you could see here at Seymore Production, you have to be a leader. You have to know what you want. So that's what I feel. For the past 10 years at Seymore Production, and I only have been here for a short amount of time. But what I can say is is a team. It is a family. Whether, we have disagreements, we have arguments, we have this or that. At the end of the day, and it should be like with all families in general, it should be in our everyday life, It's all love. It's all love. And that is why I would have to say Seymour Production is still kicking. It is celebrating 10 years for a specific reason. Family. There's a leadership behind it. There's somebody, a person, a man that truly cares and devotes in my view, his entire life into this right here, Seymour Production. He cares about the people that works here. He puts, and I'm just going to say this, and this is why I feel that he puts us, the people at Seymour Production, above himself. Like he's down here at the bottom, and we're up here. Now I'm not saying that's like a bad thing, but he protects us, in my view. He always wants what's best for us, and he also wants what's best for him as well. But he looks after us, so it's a team. It's all love. It's family, and I love it. I love it.
We had a long conversation about what was happening in 2022. We had a long conversation, and he accepted me, open arms. He said, Prince TJ, all right, you a young man, you're hungry. Yeah, I was really hungry, literally. I was hungry. You know, I wanted me some cheeses and some Cheerios. I did, but I was hungry. And he seen that, he seen my hunger. And in November of 2022 is when he officially said, Prince TJ, I want you to come work for me. And I said, you bet.
Every time by November 2022, is Spanda Market third or fourth year here?
Yeah. Look, being here. Okay, so this is how the situation played out. We had a conversation, and then about November 2022, I told him, I said, come be a fill-in guest host on The Joy. And so he did. He said, I'm with my grandmother right now, and everything like that. I said, okay, well, no. Spend time with your grandma. Spend time with your grandmother, because I know how that is. I know how that is, first and foremost, because I lost my grandmother, that same year, earlier that same year. And so when almost anybody tells me, I'm spending time with this person, I'm like, okay, go ahead, because one moment you're spending time with them, the next moment you can't. That's just my experience. And I didn't want that experience for anybody else. So if you told me I'm spending time with my family right now, Prince DJ, I can't come into work, I'm okay with that, because I know how that felt for me, 13-year-old boy, not being able, one moment he's spending time with his grandmother, the next moment he can't because she's gone. That was a lot. He told me, he said, come on, Prince DJ. Come on to Seymore Productions. I want you to be my executive vice president of productions. And that's exactly what I did. I enjoyed. I'm still enjoying it to this day. There's not much that you can hate about this job. Is that you come into work, you have fun, you laugh, you have serious moments. Of course, you work. Of course, you take your job very, very seriously. You don't want to lose it, but you also have fun. I like to call this job. I don't like to call it a job. Actually, I don't like to call it. I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go in and work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go do work. I gotta go work on my show. I'll be back. I gotta go host my show. I gotta go to work. I don't look at it as that. I'm about to go hang out with my friends. We're going to do some work together. And in the midst of that, we're going to laugh and we're going to joke and we're just going to make it fun. Seymore Productions has always been a dream for me. We get to do what we love and also be serious at the same time. Bright Coach tell us, hey, you talking too much. Shut up. You laughing too much. We got to get to work. We got to get it done. You got to have that boss that will laugh with you, that will joke with you, that will, have fun with you, but at the same time, he is your boss. That is Bry. I think that is Bry. I think it's a very good description of Bry. He laugh with you, he joke with you, he even joke at you, but he will always be like, all right, Prince CJ, now you playing too much, calm it down, because you're still at work. Calm it down, because we got to get this done. I want to go home. That's Bry.
I want people to understand that it takes a lot. Like, if real talk, it's a lot that comes into doing this. Like, you don't, it's never easy. Number one, it's not easy. Number two, it's fairly um it's fairly challenging. That's a good word to use. It's fairly challenging because let's be honest, we work for these gifts all the time. We have these gifts, but we don't know how to use these gifts. And I feel like that's a lesson I learned when I started doing my late night show. Like, I can talk, but at the same time, I have to learn the words that I say that come out of my mouth is powerful. That tongue is powerful. You have to learn that it's always challenges. So challenges is like there. So it was never easy. Number one, it was never easy. Number two, it was always challenging to find the people that work with you. It was always challenging to do that because people will want to ride with you on this journey, and there's some people that don't want to ride with you on this journey, if that makes sense. So I really like take patience. People need to understand that it's patience to this company, that it's time, that it's challenges that can get you to the final stretch. So I think that that's something that I want to picture right there. That it was never easy. It takes time. It's challenging. I was always known as being good with technology, right? I knew how to work the TV remote. I knew how to work the computers. I knew how to work this and that. And then the dream really started picturing when I was always saying, "Hey, I want to do this. I want to do this." At first, I wanted to be a lawyer. Learn that job was pretty hard. So real talk, I've always, had a gift. So I told everybody I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. Family would bring cameras, buy microphones, they would buy ring lights, green screens. So it's pretty instrumental that I get support from family. Then with friends, I get supportive content. Like my whole late night show was ran by my whole middle school friends. Like all my friends in middle school, they came with me, they helped me out with ideas, they supported me. They still will support me too whenever I get to a major platform or when I get to like a major FM or I get to a TV station or whatever, they're gonna really picture it and be like, I remember he used to do that growing up. I always knew he was gonna do that. I remember one time one of my friends growing up, my childhood friend, he would be like, "Hey, what's your major in college?" I'm like, "Media communication." He's like, "I should have known." He was like, "I should have known. It's all you talked about growing up." I was like, "Yeah." I broke a lot of barriers. Some people don't understand. We break barriers here at the company. We break barriers. Having the ability and the confidence to produce quality television at a young age. Because again, that's where them doubts come in. People doubt it. When you go put up an idea and you say, I'm 18, I did this and then this, people gonna look at you and be like, bro, real? So that's something, breaking barriers. I think that's something that really resonate. Um because it's true. Like we've done things at a young age. Like and I told my crew this. I told them like, what we're doing, we're really doing the experience now. So when we go actually get a job in this field or create a full length career in this field, if you would, it really you will be well and highly experienced. Like you wouldn't have to go to a training school or to a class or to a teacher or a tutor. You actually learn the gifts. And then self-teaching is important too, because if you self-teach, you understand how to like move.
I feel like Seymore Productions needed a Prince, TJ. I feel like Seymore Productions needed a me, if that makes sense. I feel like I bring something that nobody else has brought before. In 2022, I feel like the dream, of course, the dream was there. It's been there since he launched the company. It's been there. I feel like he just needed a little help with, it's not that he needed help. I don't know. This is going to sound very, very, mysterious or weird or something like that. But Ryan and I have some type of mind reading game that I could just read what he's thinking, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird entertainment media industry thing, is where I could just look at Brian and tell what he's thinking. I'm gonna give an example so it doesn't sound as weird as it does. If Bry is pitching me a show, if he wants to pitch a show, I can be like, okay, I'm listening because you about to pitch a show right now. He'd be like, how you know? I'd be like, because I know you. I'd be like, okay. Oh, this is what he said. He says, okay, what am I pitching then? And I tell him what he's about to pitch, and he'd be like, oh my gosh. I'd be like, yeah. And he does it back. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were reading, you were just You just said what I was thinking. I don't know. I thought in 2022 I could just read what he was, envisioning. Read what he was, what he was mixing up in the pot. I can read your mind, bro. I'm psychic.
It was a show. I believe it was The Educators, to my recollection. If it wasn't that, then I was planning a new the company was planning a new talk show for me called Damien. But I believe it was The Educators. And I'm not going to go deep into that right there because people already know the story behind it. But what I would say about that is that at the time, The Educators was going through some things, and when I had met Bry'Neir Seymore, then also my good friend Prince TJ, to be a part of this amazing show right here. We brought it over to Seymore Production. Then the rest is history, and then that's where it got started with all the other projects. You had The Educators, you had Damien, you had The Vision, you have so many others, so many others. So I believe that was the very first, The Educators. People, who inspire you. Seriously, you have to have somebody who's, you know, who is always going to have your back. Seriously, who's always going to keep on motivating you, even though you think to yourself that you're not good enough, you don't think this is going to happen, blah 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 blah. But there's somebody out there that truly cares. Seriously, and I always say this on all of my projects, that if one person, just one person, that watches your projects, watches your shows, and you change their life, it doesn't have to be 10,000 people. If you change one person, you did what, this is why I feel, you did what you need to do. You did what you need to do. So the people at Seymore Production, they have always supported me since day one, and I have doubt myself at times, like, oh, I don't know about this, I don't know about this. But no. There's a mission behind this. There's a purpose behind this, because if it wasn't, then this wouldn't happen. So you have to have people behind your circle, behind your back in all cases. That's what I feel. My first time watching Bra's late night show was, in my view, it was amazing. Like seriously, because before watching his, I have never ever ever watched a single late night show in general. Seriously, because I wasn't into it. Seriously, and I didn't used to stay up at night back in the day. But when I first discovered Bra's late night show, it truly, I don't know, there was like something inside of me saying, I need to watch this man here. I need to continue on watching, seriously. And that's when I believe I first discovered Bry'Neir, from his late night show. And I've been watching, supporting him, been watching every single night, telling he's killing it in the game, seriously. And it broke barriers in my view, seriously. On the air for 6 years, he started at a very young age.
4 of Late Nights with Bry'Neir Seymore. On tonight's show, I have my guest Joshua Daniels, who is a filmmaker based in Arizona. We talk about how films can tell the story of voting and can tell Black stories, and how films can also be related to Black Lives Matter. And we're also going to talk about how filming during the pandemic, how can you successfully film during the pandemic? And plus, we got all your news and stuff, so let's get it on.
It's incredible. Seriously, it really is incredible. And I believe he's going to take from that experience right there, the late night show, and also Seymore Production, he is going to go big in life. He really is. He is doing something that I feel that nobody in this how should I describe it, into this entertainment business will ever do, will ever achieve. Because Bry'Neir, I have to say this here, he is the first in my view. when I first came into this business, it's all been about Bry'Neir, seeing him doing this, doing that. And I look up to him. He is like my leader. I know I'm older than him, but he is my leader. He is my motivation. He is my inspiration in life. So it amazing, amazing. I'm so glad I discovered his show. There was not enough um black men in late nights. Seriously, there wasn't. And I could see right now that people are going, years later, hopefully in about 2, 5, 10 more years, that people are going to see Bry'Neir's show and see that what he has accomplished, what he has did, and say, we got to change this narrative right here, seriously, of black men in late night. Bry'Neir, he saw something back then at a very young age, and I feel that he wants something to be done about it. He really does. And he's on board with it. He is on top of it. He is doing the work and keep killing it. He's going to keep killing it, and he's going to change it, believe me or not. I believe he's the one who's going to change it. So you better watch out, world. You better watch out.
Do you remember the night of your very first episode and what was going through your mind?
Yeah, it's a lot. I do remember the night. It was September 25th, 2017. Um, I was okay, my friend's birthday was that day. And then the premiere of Young Sheldon was on that day too. Because okay, so long story short, Big Bang Theory was something that me and my friends would watch sometimes. And then I remember the episode where they had a cliffhanger and then we wouldn't find out about the cliffhanger until the fall. You know what I'm saying? That's how good TV was. So so I remember saying that. I think I talked about that in my first episode, which is stupid. And then he called me and I told him the secret. I told him what the big cliffhanger was. He hung up on me right in my face. I was like, all right, fine. So I remember I just stood in front of the room, just talked and just make stupid jokes about I don't even know what the jokes was. I honestly don't remember, but I just talked about that, talked about stuff that I did over the summer, stuff that was cool. I just wanted to make it a cool space. It was no motion. I went live and I did what I did, and then I got back to school and everybody was like, "Bro, I seen your show. Like that was good." I'm like, "Really?" I've had a lot of support. That's one thing I say that I had a lot of support, and then friends be looking at me and be like, "You're a YouTuber, man. You have these shows on YouTube. Like you're in the money. You know what I'm saying?" Like I'm just like, okay, that's all it was. It was just fun.
How did late nights change the? How did late nights? Sorry. How did late nights change the trajectory of Seymour Productions?
Allowing people to open up their own voices. One thing I think that show has done is told people that if you have the gift, if you have the tools, if you have the people, you can put on anything you want. Like my show has went through a lot of people who were young, a lot of producers came and went, and it showed them that hey, I got an opportunity, you work with it, you can grow with it, and then you can make your own moves, right? So if you bring your own people, if you bring your own equipment, if you got the tools and you can make your own moves and making something pop, something shine. So that's what late nights taught people like. And then the the growing numbers of people who are putting out their own shows and putting out their own talk shows, they've learned that gift from me. They'll go live and they'll watch it and then they'll interview their friends. I really hit them with the interviews too. Um, and then that was my first time doing interviews at all. So interviewing people, talking to people, and like building a brand and broadcast and TV, that really showed people that if he could do it at a young age, I could do it too. It was all about leading by example. I think that's what Late Nights did, led by example.
Seymour Productions laid out a blueprint for all creators, and I think that is just factual. And if you saying otherwise, you're just lying. You're just lying. I think Seymour Productions has that blueprint that others took and used for their own good and used for their own companies and things like that. They won't admit it to this day, but we all know they came here. They seen Bryce. They amazing leadership, and they took for their own, and they're still, struggling a little bit. But we ain't gonna speak on that. God let it be. Every single person at this company has hunger in their eyes. Every single person at this company is willing to work for it. It's a question that Bry always asks, that I always ask, that Damien always asks. And it's the question that goes like, how bad do you really want it? How bad do you really want what you say you want? Every person at this company has worked for what they have. Every person in this company has never had any handouts. Never. We all had to work for what we have. It took a while to get my talk show. But look at me now. I'm the #1 daytime show that there is. And it wasn't proving a point. It was how bad did I really want it? I wanted it so bad that I was willing to work for 2 years just to get my talk show. Was it 2 years or a year? It was a year. I worked a year and some change for my talk show. So how bad do I really want it? You got our blueprint out there. I want it back. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna talk to y'all creators out there. We know Bry has laid out a blueprint that we all use. I even use it. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. We all took Bry's blueprint. We did. Are we gonna give it back? No. Do we plan on giving it back? No. But that tells something that has never been told before. That he has a blueprint. He has a leadership that is only, what's that word? What's that word? What's that word? What's that word? Ooh, what's that word? Prince TJ sounds smart. What's that word? Ooh, what's that? What's that? Ooh, what's that word? Y'all know what I mean. That little thing, that little word, when it means like, only a certain amount of people could have it. You know what I'm saying? Rare. It's very rare.
What was your initial reaction when you first saw an episode of Late Nights with Bry'Neir Seymore?
I was shocked. Because I never seen a youngin, almost my same age, do what I wanted to do. I was scrolling on social media for months and months and months trying to get somebody on my show that was, in the same age bracket as me that wanted to do something that I was doing. But I could never find anybody. But then this one day I found Bry. And ever since then I watched his show, and it's been a part of something so historic. His show, Late Nights with Bry'Neir Seymore, is historic. But history is always watching. And that show right there, it's something that can never, ever, ever be replaced or be touched again. I watched one night, I was like, damn, that boy right there, he has something that nobody has, not even me. I thought I was killing it. I thought I was him. I was like, oh, I'm killing it. Nobody doing it like me. When I first met Brian, I say, that man ain't doing it like me. He can't be better than me. I'm Leo, so he can't be better than me. He was better than me. He was better than me. And let me tell you something. Not just by an inch, it was by a whole lot. It was by a couple miles. He was better than me. Still is. But hey, I don't say nothing. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. I think he did it because he wanted to do something, like I said, historic. I think he wanted to do something that has never been done before. And also at the same time, I think it was just a part of his passion, right? I think it was part of something that Brian's a night bird and he could just stay up all night. And I think that's part of, because Brian is a TV fanatic like me. He's the reason why I'm so bad now, but he's a TV fanatic. He loved daytime shows. He was there for the real when it premiered. I think it was. He was there. He was there. He loved Montel. He loved Karamo Mori, Steve Wilkos, Steve Harvey, Ellen, Drew. Well, the real Wendy, Nick Cannon, oh my gosh. That man wouldn't shut up about Nick Cannon. Let me tell you what he did. It came so bad, he loved Nick Cannon so bad. He wanted Nick Cannon to come back on there so bad, he had to prank me with a Nick Cannon. He's to FaceTime me. Prince DJ, guess who back on TV? Ooh, Nick Cannon, and he gonna show me the TV, and it's Nick Cannon on the TV. It is. But it ain't no new episode. He said, oh, this is a new episode. I'm gonna get you. And I got him. And that started a prank war at Seymore. See, this is why y'all can't do nothing for me. I'm off topic. I got ADHD.
I always wanted to be a teacher ever since I was little. I always was the teacher. I have my sister and my nieces. They was my students. And then I also had stuffed animals. I had it all. I had it all. Whiteboards, worksheets, notebooks, everything, giving out tests, quizzes. Like I was literally doing the thing back then. And I always had, this mind of always wanting to be a teacher, because I always, even at a very young age, I love kids. I still love kids today, seriously. I always wanted to, help others. That's what God has put into my life to do, is to shape a child's life. And that's what I am going to do. And I, into this media right here, I started out into this business in 2019 with the educators. That was my very first project, my very first education project right there with the educators. This person gave me the opportunity of using my voice to speak of what I'm passionate about. And I'm so glad, seriously, to this day, that person gave me an opportunity, seriously, because if not, Bry'Neir Seymore would not even be here today. Seriously, he would not be. Then a year later, during the pandemic, I started my own Bry'Neir Talk to Education, the podcast, of where I bring on educators. I bring on parents, students who are so passionate, who speak their mind about education. It's life-changing. Seriously, I'm going to continue on doing the work, especially now, with everything that's happening to the world surrounding education. So my work is not done yet. It's not done yet. So stay tuned for what's next. Okay, my first ever experience with radio, of being on Bry'Neir in the Morning, it was a terrible experience of my lifetime. I was only there for one day. I never liked it. I never did. I did show up late on my first day. It was at that time we was doing live recording, actually. And you could tell because we did video back then. It was horrible. The type of music, the conversation we was having, I was like, this is not my thing. So I'm out of there. Then here comes, I believe, years later, I started to guest co-host from time to time. And, when I first came back, I was like, oh, this is a different vibe from the first time I was here. The music has changed. I wouldn't have to say the music had changed, but I was starting to like it. And then they wanted to make it permanent for me. I was like, let's do it because at this time, I like this. We're having real talk, laughs, we joke, we do this or that. Yeah, I could do it. So, and I have to give all things seriously. And I tell this every time, when people ask me about being part of Bry'Neir in the Morning, is that I have to give props to Bry'Neir Seymore. Seriously, because I said this earlier, he saw something in me, and it's been a blessing. I am loving it. The team, Bry'Neir, Prince TJ, our newest co-host, V, the dynamic, the chemistry, it is popping.
All right, Damien has our morning inspiration. Damian Anderson, good morning.
Good morning. All right, listen up, you guys. Your story is still being written. Make it legendary. I'm going to say that again. Your story is still being written. Make it legendary. So is the story of your life all that it could be? What would you write if fear wasn't holding you back? No matter where you have been or how many twists, turns, or setbacks you have faced, your story is not over. You hold the pen and you are the lead character. Every step, every decision, every dream you dare to chase, it's all part of your life masterpiece. You guys should listen. You guys should listen. It's phenomenal. It really is. Well, my current projects that I have is my new show, talk show, Demai and Damien. My new podcast, the Bry'Neir Seymore podcast. It is a motivation podcast. It's a real talk podcast. It's mainly about me, about my life journey of since birth till now, my growth of when I started in this business since 2019 up until now. Because I really want people, because we're living in some crazy times right now, and I just want to motivate people. I just want to help people. I just want to give an inspiration out to people. I want people to literally get their life in check because I'm seeing people right now who don't like their life, who don't like the types of friends they have around them, who don't like this or that. And to me, that bothers me because I'm a Christian and it's really and I'm going and you guys check out my podcast because I'll explain this. It's really hard of where people who hold grudges against you and you go on with your everyday life and you're not happy. You're not happy because you having that weight on your shoulder. This person don't like me, but this person does like me. This person truly hates you, and I'll dive deep into that. But that is my project that is out now, and then who knows where Damien Harrison's going to go next. Seriously, who knows? Will he continue on expanding, or will he let go of some things?
Yeah, I do have some regrets. And it's not to my current people who's at the company. Like I'm really they're really my homeboy. They're really the rock behind the company, if I must say. Like I have mad love for everybody that's there that made an impact to my success as I make an impact to their success. But I do regret letting people in prematurely because I always was on that mindset of, you know, having people in and letting people in and letting people share the bread. But at one point, I had to learn everybody's not meant to share the same bread you bake. Like I learned that. I had to learn that hard lesson. Like I can't give everybody an opportunity who doesn't want the opportunity to be given to them. So that's some regrets I think about. Some regrets I think about, wasting time on certain things that I thought was going to work, but it never worked. That's one main challenge. Like you never know who is going to be there for you. You have to learn how they're going to be there for you. You have to learn how they're going to provide for you. Period. So that's something I really took a regret to. You can hate me all you want. You can hate what I put out. You can hate all of that. Ain't gonna make me mad. Realistically, I don't care. I don't care. You can hate. You can be mad. You can show your expression. You could do all of that, but I don't care. All the thing I care about is what you take from it, and if that is hate, sometimes hate is necessary. You need some hate so you can grow higher. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care. I don't care about people hating it. I don't care. I don't care. I don't. Like you can hate me. You can hate what I put out. I really don't care. It doesn't faze me. I'm still gonna do what I do. I'm still gonna serve who I can serve. I'm still gonna serve people who enjoy my content, and that's it. That's totally it. That's all. I don't care. Some of the biggest lessons that I've learned as CEO and chairman of the company was again that trust. You have to trust people with your craft, and trust people with how they're going to lead you. Like if you're going to be placed in a position where your name is on the line just as their name is on the line, and there has to be that trustworthiness that can actually present themselves to the audience really. So it's basically trust. I feel like trust is important. You have to be a person of honesty to come forth with an honest project.
I think this company has built, thick bridges to where we can all communicate with each other and tell each other our strengths our our strengths and our weaknesses. Some of us, but there are some of us that still, if we're being real, some of us that still needs to work on, being critiqued. A lot of people in this world feel like them being critiqued is being disrespectful, or them not being, or it's basically them saying, "Oh, you don't think I know how to do?" No, it's not that I don't think you know how to, or you're not good at. I'm not saying that. I am saying what you can work on. You are good, but there's always something somebody can work on. Always, believe it or not, always something I could work on, you can work on, they can work on, we can work on together. 10 years. I see the company looking like success. I see us in our own studio building. I see myself in my office on my computer writing down, writing a script or something. I see Bry busted in my office. TJ, let's go shoot this movie. Let's go do it now. Let's go. Or I could see me banging on Damien's office, bothering him to the fullest. Damien, Damien, can you do this? Damien. I, I have high hopes for this company, and I really do hope that the world sees the potential that we have, the hunger that we have, and the capability that we present, because it is something that not many people have, and it is something that not many people can take, because we are real, we're strong, we're powerful, and we're smart. We're also creative. And that's not many things, that's not many talents many people in this industry can have. Some people are talented for shaking their behinds. Some people are talented for singing, which is good. Some people are talented for dancing, or we're talented for talking. And that is good. That's good. We're talented for talking. For talking to the people with some sense. I love it. And I hope that people will see I hope people will see the potential that we have and not overlook us as there's some black people that can carry some drama with them. There's some other, this is the same old playbook who with this Tyler Perry and this Medea wearing kids. It's not who we are. It's not who we are. It's never been that. Never been that. Never will be that. Never will be.
Let's see, the next 10 years where I see Seymour production, hopefully, fingers and toes crossed. I see this company have it has expanded seriously. It's a part of a actual business, actual, we have our own, because we have talks about this within the company, that we have studios, we have this or that. Hopefully I will see, when I'm walking outside, I see the lovely logo, I see Sim Production, and I see Bry'Neir face, and I'm going to say that man has made it. That man has made it because of him. Yes, he have us. He has the people behind, Seymour Production, but that's all on him. That's all on him. I don't know, will I still be a part of Seymour Production? Well, let me say this here. I will always be a part of Seymour Production. When I do decide to leave or not, I will always be a part of Seymour Production. But that's a to be determined with me. That's a to be determined with me. And I'm not saying that I dislike this company. No, it's just that I myself want to expand in life as well. Search out, explore new opportunities. So we will see. We will see.
I want the next 10 years of Seymour Productions to continue to go what we've been doing before, building a lot of content. I also wanted to expand and actually owning properties. That's one thing that I want to do growing up. I always wanted to own. I'm a own. I like to own. Ownership is important. So I want to own my own TV station. I want to own my own radio station. I want to own this. I want to own that. I want to build entities that's going to bring a lot of revenue and manage. I think ownership and management is one way to get a black man's coin. So I think that that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on that and then continue to provide the content that our people need. Like we're being honest, mainstream is kicking everything that our minority figures need. We're going to provide all the content that is going to cater to our community and provide the necessary platforms that's going to cater to the community. So ownership and management is something I want to focus on in the next 10 years. Thank you for supporting and trusting me these past 10 years. I don't take your gratitude, well, I don't take it for granted. I meant to say I don't take it for granted. Thank you for supporting me throughout the whole 10 years, whether it was from listening to me on a podcast, watching my late night talk show, or being there when I needed somebody to be there. So again, thank you. And I definitely appreciate it and trust there's gonna be more great things to come in the next 10 years. So thank you. You guys, the viewers, the audience, is what keeps me going, what keeps everybody going. Without you, there's no show. So thank you.